Hi, welcome to the Finhost demo presentation. Finhost is a leading white-label core banking platform designed to assist businesses in accelerating growth. By taking care of the heavy lifting, we enable you to focus on what truly matters. Our solution is specifically designed for startups, small and mid-size enterprises, and larger financial institutions. It caters to various use cases, whether that involves integrating our solution with your existing system or creating a brand new neo-banking platform for your target audience. Finhost's white-label digital banking system comprises three key components. A white-label mobile app for end users, compatible with both Android and iOS platforms. A white-label web application for end users. A comprehensive web-based back-office system, providing you the capability to manage your entire banking system. Web back-office platform. The back-office panel is a web-based admin tool used by clients, administrators, or staff members to manage and oversee various aspects of the banking system, such as user management, transaction monitoring, reporting, analytics, and more. Reports. Reports provide consolidated information about key metrics of our banking application usage by end users, which are utilized by clients' management teams for further analysis. The goal of providing a dashboard in the reports section is to empower the client with data-driven insights, thereby enabling them to make informed financial decisions and track their business tendency. The dashboard presents data in a visually appealing and easy-to-understand format, enabling clients' management teams to monitor and manage their financial health effectively. Within the dashboard, the following key metrics are displayed. New users, fully onboarded, all users that are signed up, verified, and have an assigned contract. KYC or KYB, know your customer or know your business success rate, the percentage of users with KYC confirmed, for individuals, or KYB confirmed, for corporates, verification status. AML, anti-money laundering, success rate, the percentage of transactions with AML confirmed status. Churn rate, end users attrition rate, referring to the percentage of end users who have stopped using the white label client application within a given period, closed profiles. Turnover, the total amount of money flowing through all end users' bank accounts. Revenue, the total amount of fees collected. Operations by type, payment method, representing the percentage ratio of different payment methods used by the end users. Fees by operations, representing fees collected per each payment type. On the top level there is a filtering option so each metric may be filtered based on the following parameters: period, user type, individual, corporate, and all, and currency. Reports, onboarding. Reports related to onboarding are crucial for the client to measure and analyze the effectiveness of their onboarding processes for new end users. Onboarding reports help the client understand how well a seamless and user-friendly onboarding experience is delivered. Effective onboarding significantly impacts user engagement and retention. By analyzing onboarding statistics, the client can identify bottlenecks in the onboarding process that have a negative impact and make the necessary corrections. Within the sub-tab onboarding, the following key metrics are displayed. Total quantity of users, the total number of users that fully passed onboarding on the last day of the selected period. Total quantity of new leads, the total number of users that provided credentials and accepted T&C but haven't verified their contact details, phone, email, for the selected period. Churned users amount, the number of end users who have stopped using the white label client application within a given period, closed profile. Base growth amount, the indicator of increasing or decreasing the user base during a specific time period. Also, detailed metrics for the onboarding stage are provided. New leads. Verified users, the total number of users that provided credentials, accepted T&C, and verified their contact details, phone, email, for the selected period. Fully onboarded, the total number of users that have passed the whole onboarding flow. Additional detailed metrics for passing the KYC procedure are: KYC not started, the number of new users that haven't started the KYC process. KYC started, the number of new users that started the KYC process. Approved individuals or corporates, the number of new users that passed the KYC process. Statistics of KYC applicants by KYC status with the division by countries are also available. Similarly to the dashboard tab, on the onboarding tab at the top level, there is a filtering option so each metric may be filtered based on the following parameters: period, user type, and currency. Bank management. In this section we'll go through the core of banking system management. We'll figure out how we can manage individual and corporate types of end users, monitor them, react on some indicators. We'll see KYC and AML components, and transaction queues. Bank management, individuals. The individuals category typically refers to private persons registered in the banking system through a web or mobile app interface. These individuals are authorized to access the system and carry out various banking activities through it. The table presented on the Individuals page displays a list of all individual profiles registered in the white label application. Each individual contains the following information: user ID, first and last name, phone number, email, verification status, state, date of creation, nationality. It's worth mentioning that the verification status represents the individual's verification status via the KYC procedure. Meanwhile, state indicates the status of an individual within the white label system, which could be active, suspended, blocked by admin, or closed. There's a feature that allows for the search of specific individuals using their full phone number or user ID. Additional filtering parameters can be added if needed to further refine the search for end users. For each individual, it is possible to look through the detailed information by pressing the View button. Given the details are open, their information is divided into 3 separate blocks. General information, documents, accounts. General information is divided into 2 main sections: personal and legal info. Personal displays information the user entered manually during the onboarding process. Legal displays information that is pulled from the KYC service. KYC serves as a link to an external service and enables an admin who has access to this service to look through all the documents/details the applicant submitted for verification. Except for that info, there is also info about verification status, state, contract and risk level. Documents. The Documents tab shows the list of documents submitted by this particular individual for KYC verification. Each document has indicated type, country code, number if available, issue date, and expiration date. Accounts. Here is the info about users' bank accounts. In this list you can see general information like currency, available, reserved balance and so on. Additionally, there is detailed information for each account. Statements. Except for the informational part, per each account, there is a possibility to generate a statement. A bank statement is a document that provides a summary of financial transactions related to a particular bank account over a specific period. To generate the statement, an admin has to select the following parameters. Period from, to. Type, regular or accounting. Regular statement, the statement where each transaction amount is shown with the fee included. Accounting statement, the statement where each transaction is divided into 2 separate transactions, one showing the net transaction amount and another, the fee paid for this transaction. Along with the account details per each account, there is a separate section representing the list of transactions related to that account. Per each transfer, it is possible to look through the detailed information. Besides the information listed in the table, here is an additional detail per each transaction. Bank management, corporate's a corporate, also company or business, is a legal entity that is separate and distinct from its owners. Corporate might have a profile in a client front-end application and be authorized to access and perform various banking activities through it. The corporate might be registered to white label web or mobile interface only after creating a profile for an individual. The table on page corporates represents the scope of all corporates signed up to the client front-end application. For each corporate, it is possible to look through the detailed information by pressing the View button. Given the details are open, the information there is divided into 2 separate blocks. General information. Accounts. General information is divided into 2 main sections: company info and legal company info. Company info represents the information the user entered manually while signed up the corporate. Legal company info displays information that is pulled from the KYB service provider. KYB serves as a link to an external service provider, in our case is some sub, and enables an admin who has access to this service to look through all the documents/details the applicant submitted for verification. Part individual contains information about the individual user who is associated to the company, his unique identifier in the core banking system, and the company position. Except for that info, there is also info about verification status, contract, and risk level. Accounts and transactions of the chosen corporate are pretty same as for individuals. There is a possibility to search specific corporate by company ID. Transactions, pending in AML. AML stands for anti-money laundering. The purpose of AML measures is to combat money laundering by identifying suspicious transactions and activities, reporting them to the relevant authorities, and preventing the integration of illicit funds into the legitimate financial system. Currently, core banking system can use different third-party providers for AML monitoring, and it has its own module, manual transactions queue. Each transaction initiated by the end users within the client front-end application is forwarded to the third-party provider for AML monitoring or to our internal transaction queue. As a result of the performed check, the risk score is assigned to the transaction. Based on the risk score, the transaction may have assigned appropriate AML status. Admin can view all scope of pending and AML transactions moved through the system on the tab Pending and AML. Given any member of the client's admin team presses on the AML provider link, then it redirects to the third-party AML service with an appropriate transaction. All transactions that have the status AML pending in the admin panel have the status Require action in the AML service. The basic actions that may be performed are approval and rejection. If the transaction is approved, then after that it can be sent to the bank provider. Otherwise, if it is rejected, it would not be sent to the bank provider and would fail right after the AML check. Manual transactions review. Sometimes it is needed to check each transfer before sending it to the bank provider. Manual review is an additional option granted to the client's admin team to take control of the end user's activity within the system, examining specific transactions for potential risks, compliance issues, or suspicious activities. An admin has a right to switch on/off the possibility of manual reviewing of transactions. Administration section. One of the most crucial things is the ability to manage access and settings in your digital banking system. We created the simplest and flexible way to help you manage your business. You can easily manage administrators and set different permissions, general risk levels for your end users, set contracts which are set of limits and fees configurations, and set up revenue flow to easily manage your earnings. Admin management. Tab Administrators is the place where all information about each member of the client's admin team. You can easily manage administrators by adding, editing, and removing when needed. To set granular permissions to each of them, we developed roles, which refers to a predefined set of permissions and responsibilities assigned to a user or a group of users. Roles are used to define the level of access and the specific actions that users with that role can perform within the admin panel. Assigning roles, a responsible person can ensure that different users have appropriate privileges based on their responsibilities and requirements. It's easy to use predefined roles, or create new roles based on your specific needs. Risk levels. You may need to install certain safeguards in your system to regulate banking activity and set specific limitations for certain geographic locations of your end users. This could be due to high activity volume or other suspicious behavior. Risk levels are a mechanism within your system that allow you to set varying limits and fees for different predefined risk categories. For example, users from a country that your compliance team deems high risk might face more stringent restrictions and higher transfer fees. This is because such scenarios necessitate advanced anti-money laundering, AML, checks and compliance measures. Conversely, lower risk countries may experience fewer limitations. This is just one example of how this mechanism can be utilized, and you might have other use cases in mind. Contracts. The contract is a so-called set of configurations that should be applied to the end user of the white label client application and determine a set of rules within the system applied to this user. These rules relate to fees that should be paid for some actions within the system and limits of bank accounts allowed to open. Service is any action the user might be charged for internal transfer, SWIFT, SEPA, UK faster payment, etc. Given an admin would like to check the contract details, it is needed to move to Details. Inside each contract except for the info described above also there is the following details. Short description of contract characteristics or peculiarities if applicable. Fee per each available payment method. Limits of bank accounts that are possible to create per one user. To set up fee, use our flexible fees configurator, which allows to charge your end users within different amount ranges, and different fees types like minute between flat and percentage. Max between flat and percentage. The sum of flat and percentage. Flat. Percentage. All fees will come to separate revenue accounts, where you can easily withdraw them and see detailed reports on how different banking products generate your fees. And finally, it's worth mentioning that our system can be modified according to your needs if necessary. Our team of experts can extend the solution based on your requirements. And thank you for watching. Let's embark on this journey together, where we'll be eager to share our wealth of experience and expertise with you.